So to say you grew up in an athletic family, I think would be an understatement of the year. Uh, so your father played football, right?
Mm-hmm.
University of Houston.
Yeah.
Uncle, University of Houston, also in the NFL.
Yeah.
Your mom, NFL dancer.
Mm-hmm.
Your sister, college softball player, and your brother, college football player. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's insane. What was it like growing up in the Klingler household? How competitive?
First of all, my mom's going to be stoked that you just mentioned her because she is such an athlete, but people always highlight, the football and everything else. She's like, guys, I danced in the NFL. But no, she for sure is amazing. But it was super competitive, family game nights are intense. And, what's funny is my mom's like the most competitive in the family. And she was the dancer, which dancing is super hard, by the way. Yeah. It's insane. But anyways, she is the super big competitor in my family. Wow. So I think I always watched her, and everyone wants to be like their mom.
Yeah.
And yeah,
that's so cool.
She's awesome.
Do you think like having a competitive home environment helped like form your mental toughness? For
100%,
softball?
100%, yes. And I'm really lucky for my parents because they were always very much like, if you're going to do something, you're going to do it, but we're not going to make you do it. Like, we're not going to make you train. We're not going to make you whatever. If you want it, you're going to go get it, but you're not going to do it like half butt.
So you had the drive on your own.
Mm-hmm.
You did. Did you ever play with people that like you could, even if, whether it be friends or your peers, that you knew their parents were pushing them to do whatever XYZ, whatever it was?
I see it today. Like I see it. I've always seen it, but I think it's crazy because it's just so non-productive. I think it just causes a little bit resentment, and everyone's different. Maybe. Sure. I think it's really just about knowing what your kid needs to thrive.
Do you think like with the girls you're playing with now? So you're playing with the best softball players in the world. Do you see that common thread of like competitive home environment, not necessarily parents overbearing, pushing, more just self-motivated? Do you see that kind of common theme, or is there a variety in your opinion? I mean, maybe you don't talk about it much, but like, is there a common thread there?
I think so, 100%. From the people that I've played with, everyone's kind of mostly similar in the fact that like you grow up in an environment that's like, you're going to have discipline, you're going to have all these things, but we're not going to force you to do anything. Like, if you want it, go get it. And we're going to support you through your journey, but it's your journey. So we're here as a resource and for support. But
that's cool. I think I probably know the answer to this, so just based on our conversation earlier. But how were you as a kid? How did you handle losing?
Dude. I was like unhinged.
Really?
It didn't matter if I was like on the field, if I was playing with my brother, I hated losing so much. Like I would cry.
Really?
I would cry until I was like obviously a little bit older.
Yeah.
But when I was little, I was the most competitive. There's a picture of me. I need to find it and send it to you whenever I was like 5 years old. And I'm like this at the field, like I have this mean mug, and then there's like a picture of frames where I like field the ball and I look up at the base runner and I'm like chasing her, and like this poor girl is like running away, and it's just when it's time to play, it's time to
go.
Yeah.
Did you play Monopoly at your house?
Okay, my attention span is not
enough for Monopoly.
Uno though. Uno got
competitive.
Monopoly, I just don't think I've ever made it through a full game of Monopoly.
I think that's probably fair for most people, especially if you're on the losing side of it. It's like, well, this game's over. We're gonna go. We're gonna go to bed. So this is actually funny. I want to get your opinion on this video here. Again, you actually already kind of touched on it. You won't be able to watch it, but you can listen to it.
You show me a 6-year-old that loses this weekend in a baseball game and starts crying, and I'll show you a winner. And every parent that goes up to that kid and says it doesn't matter, it's just a game, should be punched in the face.
Oh my God.
Figuratively. Entrepreneurship is losing constantly with an occasional win. And I think the biggest reason that we will struggle with entrepreneurship in the next generation is back to grit. We have demonized losing. The reason I stick on 8th place trophies is we are teaching kids that losing is bad.
What do you think about that?
I love that.
That good?
I love that. That sounds like something my mom would say.
Really?
For sure.
Yeah. It's funny because, and as a parent, and as a coach, I guess, like young kids and not handling losing well, and, you're trying to coach them through that. But there is this element of when you're a competitor, and I still feel this way now, losing anything, whether it be ping pong, there's still this part of me, even as an older guy, it's like, there's this part of me that, man, it sticks with me for a little bit. And I think to be good in anything, you probably need to have that. And it's interesting how that reveals itself as a young kid.
Yeah.
If you like work your way back.
That's
It's
so
like,
true.
were your sister and brother like that as well? Were they similar to you?
They
as
were,
far as, or were you more competitive than them?
They were for sure competitive, but I for sure got 100% of my mom in the competitive side. I was like, it was going to be everyone's problem in the household if I didn't win. And the other thing too is if you let me win, that was also going to be a problem. Like I wanted to win, and I wanted to win because I beat you, not because you let me win, not because I'm the little sister, not because anything else. Like I want to win, and that's funny. I love that.
I think a lot of times the youngest kid in an athletic family also becomes to the best because one, the older siblings are challenging them at all times, and then there's something to look up to, so there's something to emulate. But I think that competitive in the youngest happens a lot because it's like, man, I just want to beat my older siblings in anything. You know what I mean?
100%.
That's really that's honestly really funny. If you enjoyed that clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the full podcast, click right here. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you find this content valuable.